video chart on ticker symbol PLX. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. While this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Now, as far as, what do I think about the chart? Well, it truly does depend because, yes, there's been a deep pullback here. And what does it depend on? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there, and you're hoping to sell within, 8.3 seconds, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. But if you care about the big picture of things, then even with the big pullback, the bulls are still in control, again, from the grand scheme of things perspective. And, if you think that sounds crazy, my guess would be you probably just had a much different strategy and perspective going in. Easiest way to really see that is just to kind of scrunch up the chart here. And, this is kind of what I want to focus on this time frame because it really does give the overall perspective. And from the big picture viewpoint of things, at this point, it's all about that pink line there, which is the 200 period simple moving average. Now, even if you have just a surface deep understanding of charts, I'm sure you've heard of the 200 period and that you know that when the price is above it, assuming you're bullish, of course, you want to see the price stay above it because that implies that the long-term uptrend is up. So even with the deep pullback, you can see that the price is still well above that pink line. Therefore, for those that care about big picture of things, the bulls are still in control because if you stop and think about it, well, let's say the price does roll back over, bounces around that pink area, and then heads back up. Even at that point in time, you'd have a set of lows right here, previous sets of lows down there, previous set of low right there. So if you picture each of those as stair steps, then the long-term stair steps would still be in the upwards direction. Again, just to reiterate, I fully realize if you're a day trader and you're bought somewhere up here, you could care less about any of this, but I'm not talking about, this analysis is not being done from your perspective. It's being done from the grand scheme of things. So if you haven't kind of connected those dots, pink line, very, very important level of support going forward. With any sort of bounce, key level of resistance to now keep an eye on is going to be the 50 period simple moving average, which is that purple line right there. And that is just based from a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So purple line going to be a key level of resistance, but as it stands right now, breaking levels of resistance, in my opinion, at least not really top priority. Top priority is stabilizing and then building an overall higher low. So we'll see if the bulls can do that or not next week. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.